Hello, my name is Shawn, and I am on the journey of having good conversations with good people about good things. Today, I am here with,
Aisha.
and what would you want them to know about you before we proceed with this conversation?
I am a 40-year-old woman with four kids who is into fitness, music, and just life in general.
Okay, so when it comes to life in general, I'm curious as to what is your secret to longevity? What do you feel like has allowed for you to be successful in this age that you've reached, life wise, health wise?
Longevity, as far as life wise, is just doing what you said you were going to do, or doing what you feel like is necessary to move past any obstacle, not stopping. For me, in the past, is I felt like if I wanted to do something, the fear of being judged. Now I give no F's. I just do what I feel is necessary for myself, regardless of what people may think. Longevity for me is also maintaining my health. Again, I am 48 years old, and I feel like the key for my longevity is staying active.
Hmm. 40 ain't never looked so good, huh?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So the fear of judgment, let me ask you, how long do you feel like you fought with that? Like through your life, how long do you feel like that battle actually was?
Um, Over 30 years.
Hmm. And what allowed for it to go away? What is the secret to it going away? The fear of judgment.
The what I've learned is people really don't care.
Hmm.
People really don't care as much as you think they care. And what I mean by that, doing something out of the ordinary or doing something extraordinary, and you feel like, oh, if I do this, then so and so is going to do this. And in reality, people really don't care because they're dealing with whatever else they're dealing with. Um, and so it's just like, why do I care what people think when they really don't care what I'm doing? I can't stress that enough. Like, people really don't care.
Hmm.
They really don't.
Okay. So with people not caring, I think I can attest to that because, like you said, everybody has things going on. So let me ask you, what is your reason that you wouldn't care right now? What are you so focused on right now in this time of your life that you're like, I can't worry about what other people are doing right now. I have to focus on me. What is your thing right now?
Well, first, it's myself. Focusing more on myself. More in the past, where I'm like, I was too busy focusing on things that were irrelevant. But now I'm like, I'm locked into myself, and I'm setting an example for for my kids. Um, I don't ever want them to be in a mindset where they're in fear of judgment of doing what they feel is necessary to also execute longevity in their life. So I'm setting an example not only for myself but to them.
Hmm. Okay. And with motherhood, what do you feel like through being a mother? What is the biggest lesson motherhood has taught you?
That there's never a right or wrong way of doing it. Um, I've come to the conclusion that I've been a mother for 26 years now, plus. Um, and there's really no right or wrong way of being a good mother. Um, I feel like, regardless of your life experiences, as long as you're doing your absolute best, there's really nothing else that you can do as far as being the perfect mom.
Hmm. Okay, let me ask you, what's the hardest part? Do you feel like was the hardest part about being a mother?
The hardest part about being a mother is, for real, second guessing your decisions on being a mother. When what I mean by that, um, with today's social media and um, these advisors at the school and, you know, namesayers or whatever are constantly saying, oh, you have to do it this way, you're triggering, you're doing this and you're doing that. It's kind of hard to not think about, oh, well, maybe I am doing X, Y, and Z wrong as a mother. So now I'm trying to figure out, like, am I doing it right? But now it's like more so like, I'm doing the best I can, regardless of what society wants you to believe is the practical mother. I'm doing the best I can.
So you feel like with social media, like there's too many voices pulling people in too many ways?
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's a lot of pressure. Back in my day, there wasn't a lot of cap words, I call them, like triggering, and um, it wasn't a it wasn't a real big push on mental awareness, in a sense where now everything as a parent that you do, you have to be super careful. Um, and I guess for me, I think about my childhood opposed to the words that are being used in today's society. Like, oh, if you do this, I just make sure that I'm not projecting what I went through as a kid, which wasn't horrible, onto my children. So I don't really look at it as in an aspect of, oh, what society is doing, but society will make you feel like you're doing that, your absolute worst.
Hmm.
So I focus more on not projecting how I was dealt with as a kid, making sure that, you know, my kids have a voice to say what's necessary or how they feel, versus, you know, you're a child and don't say anything at all. No, I let my children speak for themselves.
Okay, so as a mother, what is, I guess, the biggest mental aspect you wanted to implement in your children? Like you made a mission that your kids understood, like in their mind, they should know this.
To speak up, regardless, to speak up and don't be scared. You have a voice, whether you feel like I'm right or wrong. Not necessarily check me, but say how you feel, say how I made you feel, say how the world has made you feel.
Communication.
Absolutely. Talk to me. Um, and talk to me without fearing that I'm going to, you know, be upset. Regardless of how I feel, it's how you feel.
Hmm. Okay. So do you feel like in your life, people have offered you that same grace, or people have offered you the right to speak your mind freely or to be present in your feelings? Do you feel like people have offered you that to where you can understand it? Or do you feel like you have to learn that on your own whims? Like, were you shown that as well?
I definitely wasn't shown that. I had to learn that on my own. I always felt like I was a people pleaser.
Hmm.
And so
Can you describe what a people pleaser is?
saying yes to everything when I really don't want to say yes, or doing things that I really don't want to do, in the fear of people being upset.
It doesn't get you good places, huh?
Nah,
It-
nah. So now it's just like, if I don't want to do something, I'm just not going to do it. And
How did you learn that, though? What allowed for you to decide, okay, I'm not going to keep doing this? What was your breaking point?
because people are going to do what they want to do, regardless of if I say yes or no. People are going to do what they want to do. So it's just like, for instance, if you invite me to a function
Hmm.
and I don't want to go, you might be upset, but you still do you still do what you want to do. Um, in a sense where, if I don't go, it's not going to be a bearing on you.
Hmm.
Um, you're going to do what you want to do regardless.
Like I said, it probably doesn't matter as much as some people would think. Like, oh, if I say no to them, they may just be shattered. In reality, you say no, they're just going to just go on about it.
Right.
Huh. Okay. So I guess what I want to know now is if you were to tell or give some people advice right now who may be going through that people pleasing aspect of life, what would you tell them?
To not people please. Because people are going to do what they want to do, and people are going to be mad regardless. People are going to say and have whatever feelings they're going to have about you doing what you don't want to do or doing what you want to do regardless. So do what makes you feel comfortable. Don't worry about how other people feel. In a sense, to not saying, you know, F their feelings. However, if you don't want to go, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. They'll get over whatever it is that they're going to be upset about. You know, feelings come and go. And that's what I had to learn. Like, people are going to be mad regardless of what you do. And people really don't care. For the moment, they don't care. So do what you feel is and your best decision on doing whatever you want to do. Because people really don't care. People really don't care. They really don't care.
Okay. So in this day and age, then, what do you feel like is the biggest, I guess, plague of the mind? What do you feel like people are latching onto or believe that you feel like isn't the best for the future of humanity or our generation right now? Like, people pleasing has been a reoccurring thing, but then again, there are people who feel like they always need to be seen, or some people overly need validation. Like, what do you feel like is the number one thing that you see going on, and you're like, huh, this isn't necessarily a good thing?
Well, I can speak for myself, but overthinking. Overthinking. I've learned later on in life that overthinking could put you in situations where you necessarily don't have to be in that situation, or it stops you from doing the things that you want to do because you're overthinking the process.
Overthinking is less doing. That's what I did learn. The more you think about something, you're spending more time thinking than doing.
Exactly.
So, do you tend to find yourself overthinking a lot still, or how do you feel like you've been able to?
I try to hush that part of my brain by just doing it. Prime example, I'm working on a project right now that should have been done last year, and I was thinking about visuals and apps I needed to use, and how the people were going to think about, you know, if I put this out or do this X, Y, and Z. Now I'm more focused on how I feel about the project, what I want the project to feel like, and just stepping out on a whim and just doing it, because people do it every day. And for me, it's like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to put it out there, not necessarily just for myself,
Right.
and then for the world to possibly appreciate it. I'm just doing it because this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And instead of just, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I'm just doing it.
So, to delve more into the project, what is the project about?
So the project is called The Encounters. It's based on semi life experience amongst the people, male and female experiences with relationships, situationships, love, overthinkers, breakups, heartache. And it's going to be a cinematic visual of short stories that are going to be on several different platforms.
So when we say situationships and relationships, to the aspect of what are we talking about here with these encounters? Because there's like different encounters in life, but what are we talking about here? What can the person who's going to click this encounters page, what should they expect?
So they should expect a lot of different aspects of the female, male, or male, whatever the case may be, whatever's your cup of tea. You're going to get to experience stuff that you wouldn't necessarily tell the people about. Situationships can be anything. You can be married in a situationship. You can be single in a situationship. You can experience heartbreak with just having a significant other that's not necessarily the person that you're trying to spend the. It's going to be a lot of things that women and men will get to experience. Like, dang, she's like a fly on the wall watching the whole scene. So I'm breaking down all the taboos. I'm allowing the people to live vicariously through stories to say, dang,
Like erotica.
yes, yes. So I'm definitely excited because I feel like,
It's calling to you. It's like, and you're not going to overthink it. We're just going to do it.
Right.
So when should they expect the first thing from this?
So I do have a introductory post on my social media platform. I'll tag that information to give to the host, but I dropped the first introductory of the encounters so you can get a inside view of what it's going to be, and then come Monday I'll release my first story.
Okay, so without spoiling too much, what do you feel like is a part of a story? If you were to dig deep right now, a part of a story that you could give to my audience that you feel like would raise an ear. What is an interesting bit of a story that you can think of at this moment?
So you meet a person, and they check off all the boxes.
Boxes meaning like green flags?
Green flags.
Okay.
So you have chemistry, you have things in common, you have physique, you have looks, you have tension, you have love, and come to find out, they have someone. And you try to maneuver through continuing with that situation, or you let it fizzle out. So
that middle ground, that's hard.
yes. Yes.
That's kind of interesting because I'm sure there are many people who have been through that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's a little spice. And just encounters in general, because we come into contact with so many people, and I'm a people person. I've come into contact with several different people, and either you build off of the foundation of you meeting that person and you guys click, or you build off the foundation that it is what it is at that moment. So
moments. How do you feel, I guess, has there been a time where you understand like this may not be the best thing, but you are in it for the moment? How do you feel about moments? Because a lot of times people just chase the moment, which is a good thing sometimes, a bad thing sometimes, but it's a thing that humans do.
It is a thing. Moments are like feelings for many different people. You can either carry the feeling out to see how far it goes for that moment, or you can decide right then and there in that moment, this is not something that you want to do. So it can be where you're locked in and you're just like, man, or it can be, you know what? Nah, I'm cool on that. So I feel like moments are like feelings. They change.
So I guess to wrap it, if you were to give advice to the older audience right now, what would be one piece of advice you would give to them?
It's never too late to do what you want to do. It's never too late. I have started, finished, and started, and I'm starting again.
We're going to stick to it.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to stick to it. So just keep going. Don't overthink the process, and it's never too late to start where you're at.
And if you were to give a piece of advice to the younger audience, what would you tell them?
Take risk. Take good risks, though. Take risks. If there's something that you want to do in life that is safe, take the risk and just do it. Don't worry about he say, she say. Don't worry about the fear of being judged. Just do it. Communicate always to your parents, guardians, or whoever the case may be. But just do the thing you want to do and don't worry about the others or outside voices. Just do it.
Okay. And if you were to give me a piece of advice, what would you give me?
Just keep being you. Don't ever change who you are as a person. Live your life to the fullest. You're young. Maintain who you are. Don't ever change. I cannot stress this enough. Don't ever change who you are because of, regardless of what client you may have or who you may run into, remain yourself at all times. I don't code switch for nobody. I'm not doing none of that. I'm respectful. You're gonna get who you get when you see me. I'm not doing none of the extra stuff. This is who I am. You should feel that way about yourself. You shouldn't feel like you have to do anything different from what you do on a day-to-day basis to appease people. You're very professional. The chemistry, your vibe, don't ever change that. I think that's why we work so well together, because he's genuine. He's a genuine dude. I don't see no fakeness whatsoever. We click. It's just like, don't ever change that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And if I could give you advice,
What would that be?
if I could give you advice, it would be to stay on course. Because I realized with you, the way that you think and your ideas, like you said, how you start and stop, if you were to just see one of these ideas that you have through, the world is yours. Because you think too big on things. You don't want to be regular. You're not confined to your age. Like I said, your youthfulness roars.
Thank you.
So I say, stick to the course. Don't think about it too much. You've already strategized for years. That was my problem as well. I was thinking like, dang, how do I do it? How should I do it? And then I'm like, wait a minute. How do I do it? Do it. How should I do it? Do it. Why should I do it? Do it. Now we're doing it. So I want you to stay the course. I would love to watch your journey to the top. But like you said, it's never too late.
Right.
We all have stories. We all have things that have, slowed us down. But we also all have excuses. I was creating excuses for myself and, to lie to myself, to halt self. But now it's like, why? The world is ours. Right. So claim your peace. That's all I say. Stay the course.
I like that.
You guys too. I would love for y'all to stay the course. Follow, subscribe for more of these interviews. And remember, every day is a great day to be self. Be safe. You should shoot the guns too.